This September the 15th picks edition of the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog has a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code MLB SGPN. Welcome everybody to the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Sunday, September the 14th. We are here to handicap a 9-game schedule for Monday, September the 15th. Joining me, he's already doing the eyes. He's clearly watching at least 4 screens, I reckon, above his head. It's the old Moon. It's Moonaf's old trick. Moonaf always looked like he was watching a tennis match whenever I was talking to him. And I'm getting those vibes off you already, Lonte. Yeah. What are you watching? How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty good. Yeah, we just got the football in the background. That's about it, man. But luckily, it's only 3 games because they wanted to highlight the Chiefs Eagles. Yeah. So yeah, not a ton. We're about to hit halftime in a couple of the early games. So. Yeah, man, hopefully we can get some winners out and get everybody back to football if they are joining us, because I know, it's hard to join on a football Sunday.
Yeah, it is. I watched the Giants-Cowboys earlier on. Fucking hell. Why? What? Oh, yeah. Why? What? All the questions. Just any of the questions on here. Do you have any of the answers? Why did Russell Wilson throw that ball?
I don't even think he knows. I have zero idea. I have zero. It's so much stuff that goes on in that game. I mean, like, what are you doing playing prevent defense when they only need a field goal? Like, right. I sometimes think, right, I mustn't understand something because I'm 4,000 miles away and I haven't got the background. So something seems obvious to me and I think I have to be wrong. And then you come on and tell me what I was thinking. So, yeah, why? Why just allow them 20 yards down the middle? So why? So dumb. Yeah, nobody gets that. So yeah, you're not alone. It's horrible.
Oh man. So yeah, do you know what? I don't really care either, but because I've listened to Ryan for so many years, I do feel sorry for him. Like, and I've supported a shit team in my life for a long time. So you get that empathy and you watch it and they've won the game and then they haven't won the game. And anyway, yeah, funny business. I'm going to address Bear Commander in the chat was asking what happened to Saturday's show. Yeah, we didn't manage to get one out for the first time. Honestly, Bear Commander, in seasons, everyone was just busy. There was nothing we could do. Scott was on a stag do in Baltimore. I was out with a few old mates. Dylan was doing something at the doctor's. You don't want to know. And Lonte was otherwise engaged as well. So yeah, we asked everyone. We went down the depth chart. We went down to Adam. I'm sure there was people on the network were like Noah and people like that. All the people who do the other sports. So we went right down the depth chart. But for the first time in ages and ages, we couldn't get a show out. So yeah, apologies for that, Bear Commander. One of those things. Callum is in the chat. Callum is going to stay up for the Premier League show, which starts in about 50 minutes from now. Right, okay, then let's... tonight, I've got one eye on the baseball, well, more than one eye on the baseball tonight. Yeah. I felt like the Texas Rangers suffered a little bit of a blow tonight, a bit of a kick in the pants, because in that division, everyone's just been winning. I bet them in 9-1 last week, and they've kept up their end of the bargain, Texas. They've won and won and won and won, but every time they've won, Houston have won. Every time they've won, Seattle have won. And then tonight, they dragged themselves into extra innings with the New York Mets. And then, of course, the one person I've wanted to hit RBIs for weeks and hasn't been, Pete Alonso hit a 3. Yeah, so it was like a double whammy. I was like, oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, a bit fucking late now. But I do feel like that was it's a minus. Like it's one game. Do you know, a huge week in that division this time around. Seattle are already winning tonight, but Houston dropped a game against the Braves. The Red Sox, I feel like, have let me down a little bit as well. But we'll get into all of that when we get to the games. Let me first mention
the merch store, 25% off everything with the promo code football. So make sure to check out a bit of MLB Gambling Podcast merch. And we will start Monday. No baseball for me. 6:40 Eastern is the Chicago Cubs at the Pittsburgh Pirates. We saw 2 pitching changes here. I know Sunday night into Monday is a terrible time for pitching changes. Initially, Horton and Skeens were listed, which was a great game. Really looking forward to that pitching matchup. It is now flipped completely to, for the Cubbies, Jamison Tyone will take on Braxton Ashcraft of the Pirates. The books have adjusted. They've priced it up like it's these two. So the Cubs are minus 135, Pirates plus 115, and the total here is at 8.5. Jamison Tyone was pitching well. Short starts, but 3 consecutive wins and 3 consecutive unders. Ashcraft, similar lines actually. Not much length, but he doesn't give up much. He's got 120 whip, which plays. Also 3 consecutive unders. And I was kind of quite happy just to stick with those trends, aren't they? I didn't really need to get away from them. The line, 8.5, seems far too high, especially the Cubs have stopped scoring. The Pirates, have stopped scoring runs again, particularly in large numbers. So I could see the Cubs edging it, but 4-2, 3-2, 3-1, something like that. I'm happy. I'm happy to stick with the recent trends for those pictures, and I'll take it under 8.5, Lonte.
Yeah, I agree with that. I had this handicap perfectly with Horton and Skeens. I was going to go first 5 under. I was going to go first 3 under. No runs scored. Like, I was just going to be all in to go under. And while, that's still not as strong, I still think that it's possible because of what you talked about. Both pitchers, albeit not a ton of length within their last few starts here or there, they've still been positive whenever they've been there. And if I'm looking at it, Pittsburgh is under in 7 of their last 10. The Cubs are under in 6 of their last 10. So I'm looking at a first 5 under. I don't want to get involved with the bullpens and think that we can get maybe some extra innings here because I do think it'll be a competitive game. So I'm going to go under first 5. If I had to take a shot, I would take a shot with the home dog with Pittsburgh. I know they've lost 8 of 10, but Chicago's been inconsistent at this point. They've been similar to what we saw with the Dodgers, just treading about 500. They'll go 6-4 one week, and they'll go 4-6 another week, and then they'll go 5-10. Like, it's just so much 500 in them. I don't want to trust them to lay 135, especially with Tyone not able to go a certain amount of distance. So let's go first 5 under. If I had to make a play, it would be Pittsburgh at home.
Okay, thank you very much. Eli has joined us. Welcome, Eli. Nice to have you. 6:45 Eastern first pitch is the Atlanta Braves at the Washington Nationals, where we will see Spencer Strider for the Braves go up against left-handed pitcher Mitchell Parker for the Nationals, who are plus 130 home underdogs. Atlanta minus 155 and a total Lonte of 9.
Yeah, I like the over. Strider's he's been better, but his hit rate is still up. He's got some walk issues as well. Atlanta 1-4 last 5, really kind of inconsistent as far as offensively. But I do think, although Washington's playing well, I mean, they've won 6 of the last 10. Like, Parker is not a guy I want to go to bat with, and I think the Atlanta offense will be able to get to him. He's only got 1 win since July 26. He's got back-to-back solid starts, but again, his main issue is he allows a ton of home runs. He's got a home run allowed in 8 straight. 7 of those were at home, so he's giving it up a ton here. I like the over. I think we'll see some runs here. I can see this one being like 7-5, 8-6, something like that. So I think we see a lot of runs here. I'm going over the 9.
Yeah, team ride, Lonte. I'd pick the over as well. I thought this was quite a hard game to handicap, actually, because most of what you looked at leads you to Strider, but then it's a horrible price, and the Braves aren't appealing at all. They've got one tonight. They've won a game tonight. If anything, that makes me less confident that they're going to win a game tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Because they can't put up a sequence. They were on a 4-game losing streak before that win tonight. Terrible road record as well, 30-44 on the road. So Atlanta at minus 155 doesn't seem like a good idea. Strider is putting together a better sequence, but Atlanta still can't win. He's had back-to-back decent starts against the Cubs. Now, Parker got the benefit of Washington's little hot streak. Washington, they've had that little purple patch, haven't they, over the last 10 days or so. And Parker got the benefit of that by picking up a couple of wins. he threw 2 okay starts and got 2 wins to show for it. Atlanta are okay against left-handed pitching, top 10 in MLB since mid-August. Without mashing, they're going along okay against lefties. I can't bet Atlanta to win, which led me to the over. Exactly the same pick as you, Lonte. I will take the over 9 runs. 7:35 Eastern first pitch is the Toronto Blue Jays at the Tampa Bay Rays. This game is off the board for a couple of reasons. And I initially saw Jose Barrios listed for the Blue Jays, but now I think they're going to throw, this is a new name on us, Trey Yesavage. And I'll tell you some stuff about Trey Yesavage in a minute. The Tampa Bay Rays are officially TBD, but it looks like Ryan Pepillo will go for those. I haven't seen any lines on this one. Obviously, it's a state of flux, but Yesavage is confirmed for Toronto. Really interesting character, this. Really interesting play. He was a first rounder in 2024, 20th overall pick, I think, 22 years old. And he's just come through the ranks all season. He started in like high A, half a dozen games there, half a dozen games in double A, half a dozen games in triple A. So he's pitched 98 innings at all kinds of different levels. He's going to be a good watch. He's big and strong. I suppose like these kind of modern pitchers, they're all big lads now. Big and strong, unusual action. He's going to be fun. And I think it's an opportunity to get him at a good price. We always talk about liking the rookies. You get the surprise factor. Ryan Pepillo on the other side has been very good. Short starts, 5 innings for 3 consecutive. All scoreless, 3 wins, and the last 2 went unders. The Blue Jays have held their nerve pretty well this week because I had a feeling they could hear the footsteps of the Yankees and the Red Sox and it might just get to them, but it hasn't. So the Blue Jays holding the nerve, and I like to take the kid. Hopefully, you bring a decent price with being an unknown quantity. So if we get a fair price, I'll take Yesavage, and I think the Blue Jays can get a win, Lonte.
Yeah, I agree with you. Usually, I'm the opposite of you on the new pitches. I usually take the other side, but I'm not really a fan of the way Tampa's been playing as of late. Although, if you look at just like prior history, they've won 9 of 10 against Toronto, and they're 4-1 this year against them. And they've won the last game was 13-0, and they won back-to-back 3-1 games, 3-1 games. So they've had their number, but I mean, Pepillo, he hasn't pitched in almost 2 weeks. They were talking about him as having some fatigue issues, so he missed his last start. So I mean, how long does he go? Now, when he's pitched well. Obviously, those last 3 starts, he's had 15 scoreless and 2 hits allowed. But again, I don't know what to expect. So I'll have uncertainty on both sides, to be honest. And if we can get the kid at a plus price with Toronto, who's hasn't been playing peak as they have been in the past, I think we get Toronto at a good price. So it'll be Toronto or nothing for me as long as they got a plus sign beside their name.
Yeah, that'll do. We want the plus money, Lonte. We are brought to you by mybookie.ag. I'm sure they'll give us some plus money on the Blue Jays tomorrow. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. The prop builder is second to none. The motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit and lightning. Fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. For a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And NFL is back on rhythm. Rhythm was outstanding last season. ATS, the over-unders, the player props, take your pick. Rhythm nailed the lot of it. MLB, WNBA golf, and college football too. You can win $1,000 by tracking your bets in the weekly leaderboard on Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMN. 7:40 Eastern first pitch, the Baltimore Orioles at the Chicago White Sox. Kyle Bradish goes for Baltimore. The White Sox are TBD, but I think it's Sean Burke going to be on the mount here. Plus 120, the White Sox. Minus 140, the Orioles. Total, Lonte, of 8.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta keep taking the White Sox, man. They're playing extremely well. We talked about them. We hit them the last episode we did together. I think we played them first 5 in full game, and they ended up getting a win. Now, I know they didn't have the best weekend, but, I mean, competitive games, they lost, 2-3 and 1-3. The offense kind of sputtered a bit, so only 3 runs in their last 3 games. But I like them in this spot at home. They had a short road trip to Cleveland, and now they'll come back home where they have won. They've won 2 of 3 versus Tampa. I mean, and, Bradish, not really a big fan of. Baltimore, they didn't have a good weekend either. Kind of got pummeled by Toronto, 11-2, 5-4, 6-1. So they didn't have a ton of offense going either. So I think Chicago and Burke will go well here. Burke is one of those pitchers that we liked and that we kind of identified early on in the season. He's been consistent. He's not got a ton of length, but walk issues is what I pointed to as something I wanted to put a star beside, because he's got 10 walks in his last 4, 4 home runs in his last 2. But again, I think Baltimore is not going to be explosive on the road. They are a little bit more explosive at home than they are on the road. So I'm going to take the White Sox. Maybe go under as well, but I like the White Sox here.
Oh, Lonte, I've let you down here. I came down on the side of Baltimore this time.
Ah, man.
Because I know we're very, very often brothers when it comes to picking the Chicago White Sox. And it was Kyle Bradish. I liked Kyle Bradish. I liked him anyway before his return from injury. And he's had 3 starts, and they've been very, very encouraging. Plenty of strikeouts, by the way. I do like a strikeout prop for Bradish here. Burke is fine. I don't mind him. Short but steady. He does walk too many batters, though, and that 147 whip concerns me. Baltimore have averaged 5.8 runs per game in the last 10. So I think Bradish can go well, and Baltimore can score a few runs. So I just thought they could outscore them by 2 or 3 here. So I'll take Baltimore at -140. Next up, the New York Yankees will be at the Minnesota Twins for a 7:40 Eastern first pitch. The Pinstripes will throw lefty Carlos Rodon, and Minnesota will send one of the biggest names in baseball, Simeon Woods Richardson, will go to the mound for Minnesota. Lonte still laughed at that joke, which is excellent. 2 years in. I'm 2 years into that joke. I'm not giving up yet. Plus 155 Minnesota, -185 the Yankees. Lonte, the total is 8.5. In fact, it's me to lead off. Rodon's been excellent. 7 games in a row with no more than 2 earned runs. 107 whip on the season is a number that I like. SWR gives up 2 or 3, sometimes more, in very short starts. And the Twins' bullpen's given up lately. They're now ranked 25th by ERA. So I just think the Yankees can get at them. Totals at 8.5. I don't mind the Yankees team total here at all. The Yankees have been steady away. They've been hunting down the Blue Jays. They've done okay this week in Boston. So I think the Yankees can score some runs, Lonte.
Yeah, man, this is typical Yankees. If they were struggling, they needed to face the Twins. I mean, they've dominated this team for I don't know how long. They've won 9 straight before the last time Minnesota won. I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was around last month around this time. So like August 13th, they won 4-1. Minnesota did. But prior to that, the Yankees have won 9 straight in pretty dominant fashion as well. I think we see somewhat of the same. You talked about Rodon. I mean, on the road, he's allowed 2 or less in 4 straight. So he's been good. SWR, he's been okay since returning. I mean, only 3 starts, and he's got better with the initial start, but I don't really trust him against this lineup. I'm looking at the Yankees as well. I'll lay the 1.5. I think the Yankees match here. So I'm going to go with Rodon to have a good game. He's 5-1 his last 6. So if you want to, get him to get the win, I think that's a pretty good bet as well.
Great pick. Yeah,
so Yankees -1.5 and Rodon to get the win. I think that's a good bet.
Yeah, that is I always say this whenever you or Dylan or Scott picks that, it's something I always forget. Like I just never look at that market.
Yeah,
and then
market.
If you're looking at a -185 picture to find an angle in, because it can be tricky. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lundy. I love that. Next up, we will go to the Cincinnati Reds at the St. Louis Cardinals, which is a 7:45 Eastern first pitch. Zach Littell goes for Cincinnati. St. Louis will throw left-handed pitcher Matthew Liberatore. Plus 110 for the Reds, -130 the Cardinals. Total Lonte 8.5.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I understand why people want to fade Littell, but not with Liberatore. Not at all. 130 is really high. I mean, the Reds are playing okay. I know Littell's got a home run issue, but Liberatore's got no length. He's under 5 innings in 7 of his last 9. He's got a fluctuating hit rate, and Cincinnati should be able to get to hit him. I like the over. I think the Reds should be favored, probably like -115. So if as long as Littell can keep the ball in the park and limit St. Louis to just getting on base, they struggle with runners in scoring position. I'm going to take Cincinnati here as I think the wrong team's favorite here. So I like Cincinnati. I like over.
You are spot on, Lonte. It's a WTF. Absolutely. So I had the same pick as you, over, before I saw the prices. I saw the prices and I've moved to the Reds. So we've handicapped this identically. Quite an average profile for Littell. I'm not rushing to the window to bet him, but equally, he's not an auto fade either. He got the win last time, but it's quite high scoring losses before that. But Liberatore's given up too much of absolutely everything. Since May, he hasn't had a monthly ERA of under 5. So I like the angle of runs, but that you're not backing Libby at -130. That's insane. You have to take the Cincinnati Reds. Next up, 8:10 Eastern. We're going to go to these divisional matchups. We have the Texas Rangers at the Houston Astros. Seattle then come into Houston for 3 games from Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well. So a huge week in this division. This is 8:10. Texas Rangers at the Houston Astros. It will be Jack Leiter for Texas going up against Jason Alexander for the Astros. And there's no prices. Why is there no prices? Have you got any lines on this, mate, at all?
No, I didn't see any either. I mean, I saw it's been not off the board. Well, I guess you can't say off the board, but it's not been lines up all day for this. But the pictures have been there, so I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay. Just having a quick double check. No, I haven't seen it. I've just priced up the Giants and the D-backs, so I'm pleased I checked. So we've got that game next. Texas had won 6 in a row. I then mentioned half an hour ago that they dropped one. Bit of a heartbreaker tonight in extras at the New York Mets. So they've now lost 1 in a row. But Seattle are keeping lockstep with them. Seattle win every time they win. Jack Leiter wasn't great against the Brewers last week. But Texas are finding ways to win every night. Now, they've instantly dated my handicap by not finding a way to win in extras tonight. Leiter isn't as good on the road, but he's seen Houston twice this season so far, and he's been all right. 12 1/3, 6 earned runs, so fairly middle line. But I do like Alexander. He's still going okay. Houston have won his last 8 starts, and I think this is a good spot. I might even be trying the reverse mush here because I do want Texas to hunt them down. But I think Houston might take this one tomorrow. So I'll take Houston on the money. I imagine this will be quite close on the books, Lonte. Yeah. Houston might be a slight favourite, but there won't be much in it.
Yeah, kind of a cop-out answer for me, but I want to see the price first before I commit to something. But I'll probably be on Houston simply because, they're back home from a three-city road trip. They went to Texas. Obviously, they're in Texas, but they went to play the Rangers. They went to Toronto, and then they went to Atlanta. So they're back home, and I think they should be fired up. They've lost 6 of 10. They did have a good showing. In Atlanta, they won 2 of 3. Offense looked okay, but if you go back prior to that Toronto series, offense didn't look okay. So there's just kind of inconsistencies. But at home, they're going to be a lot better. I like Alexander a lot. He's coming off of 7 scoreless at Toronto. He does allow some home runs, 6 home runs in his last 5. But, he's improved. He entered August with a 7.36 ERA, and he's improved that to 4.17 after quality starts in 4 of his last 7, including that 7 scoreless at Toronto. So I think he's trending in the right direction. Leiter's solid. Kind of know what we're going to get with him. I like the upside of Alexander. As long as we got Houston under 120-ish, 125, I think that's my max, 125. I think Houston will be the side.
Okay, so yeah, we agree. pretty much on that one too. Underdog is a great place to play fantasy pick'em. You can win up to 500 times your entry. Just pick higher or lower on your favourite players' stats. Tons of sports available. Brand new offer here for new customers. Play $5 and get $50 in bonus funds using our code MLB SGPN. And we are brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig is an exchange, which means you get some of the best prices around, available in over 35 states. So the thing to do is download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. The penultimate game on the card is the San Francisco Giants at the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is 9:40 Eastern first pitch. It is Kai Wei Teng for the Giants. He will go up against Zach Gallen for the D-backs. And now I'm going to have to put my my abilities of changing British odds into American odds. I'm not bad at this. I bet that I was. Giants are plus 120. And the Diamondbacks, I think that's, 1.71, minus 142, do we think? Yeah, Diamondbacks are about minus 140, Giants plus 120. And I'm seeing a total of 9. This is you, Lonte. Go for it.
Yeah, I like Arizona here. I know it's a big number. San Francisco's kind of had their number in the last 5 games. They've won four of those 5. But if you look back to the series that they just played about a week ago, San Francisco won 2 of those 3 at home. That's when they were kind of still rolling a little bit. I think they kind of hit like a little, I wouldn't say a wall, but they did play the Dodgers and they kind of gave up a 13 spot. So for instance, they're 3-3 the last 6. I think that's fair. Gallen's been trending in the right direction. So I'm gonna take the Cardinals. I mean, not the Cardinals. I'm gonna take Gallen here. He's coming off a horrible start at San Francisco, so he's got time to kind of rebound. He's been fairly consistent prior to that. No more than 3 earned in 7 prior to that game. 1 or less in 3 of his last 4 at home. We all know Gallen at home has typically been a good bet. So although it's a big number, I think I'm gonna lay it with Gallen at home.
I've taken the runs here. Gallen saw the Giants last week. Gave up 5 earned runs in 6 2/3. He was actually a little bit unlucky. He pitched well for the majority of that game. They maybe just left him in a little bit too long and he got tagged. Kai Wei Teng has been poor. He did strike. He struck out a load of batters actually, but he's quite volatile. 16 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. The Giants are just letting him go. They're just letting him pitch. 5 walks last time out as well. And his whip is on the season is 176. So I think Arizona can get to Kai Wei Teng here. So at the prices, not a bad price at all, minus 140. But Arizona might even cover this total by themselves. I mean, what did I say the total was? 9. There's 6, 7, 8 runs in this for the Diamondbacks. In Gallen, by no means is a lockdown candidate. So yeah, we can get up to double figures here. I will take the over, but I do like the Diamondbacks as a money line play. And the final game on the card is the Cowboy time 10:10 Eastern first pitch between the big boys. The Philadelphia Phillies are at the LA Dodgers. Left-handed pitcher Ranger Suarez for the Phillies goes up against Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers, who are minus 125. Phillies are even money, and the total is at 8.5. Phillies going well, 9-1 in their last 10, have won 6 in a row. Did they get turned over tonight as well? I jinxed absolutely everyone tonight, making these notes earlier on. They got chinned. No, they got properly chinned by the Kansas City Royals 10-3. Was it Noah Cameron pitched well for Kansas City? I like Noah Cameron.
Me too.
So they had won 6 in a row. They are now 8-2 in the last 10. But Suarez has been excellent. Back-to-back scoreless efforts against the Mets and the Brewers. Phillies have won his last 5 starts. The Dodgers can hit lefties. 4th in OPS against left-handed pitching. Now, Sheehan threw an absolute belter last time out. He's getting better with every start. He's trending in the right direction. But what got me here was he's been working on really soft offenses, Lonte. He's thrown against Colorado, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Colorado, in the Angels. You couldn't pick, like, apart from Cincy are a little bit funky sometimes, but you couldn't pick a lineup that you'd prefer to throw against. Philly are a different proposition. Like, they've been hitting. I just think I keep saying at the prices. Sorry, I'm boring myself. Even money, Philly are a good team, and I think they can get the sheen here. Suarez hasn't done anything wrong. You get this Phillies offense, and you get Suarez at even money. I think it's worth a pop, Lonte.
Absolutely, I love it. I love the spot for Philly. And if you look at it, Philly's been dominant of the Dodgers over the last 2 years, or actually like 2.5. They won 8 of the last 10. They took 2 of 3 in Philly in their April series. Competitive games for the most part, but I just think that Philly's the better team right now. I mean, we talked about the Dodgers. I can't bet them. I can't bet them into the playoffs. I mean, they're just a 500 team. They're just kind of treading water right now. I think Luzardo's been really, really, really good. If I'm looking at his numbers. Oh, Suarez. I'm sorry, not Luzardo. Suarez is 4-0 in his last 5. He's got a .88 ERA, 1 or less in 4 straight. His hit rate is up a little bit. I want to get that down against the Dodgers, but at this price, I think it's Phillies or nothing for me.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, you caught me trying to pick my home run prop again. I always do that at the end. Okay, we got 9 games in the book as best we could. Lonte, whose turn is it to lead off?
Mine, because you went first the last time. Yeah.
You sure? That's about 4 shows in a row. You're preying on the fact that I can't remember anything. Now you're taking advantage of mine.
I think it is. I think it is because you went first last time.
Well, I haven't got anything to counter with Lonte, so yeah, go for it.
All right. So let's go to a game that I think we're going to see some runs in. I'm going to go with Washington, Atlanta over 9. I talked about it. Strider's been better, but I think his hit rate is still up. Washington, although they've been playing well, just the offense, I think we'll be able to get to Strider a little bit. And I trust Atlanta to get to Parker, who I don't trust at all. So let's go with that over 9. For the dog, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Reds. I think wrong team favorite. Littell, I don't like. Liberatore, I don't like I like even less. So I think we'll see 2 middling pitchers. I think we'll see runs. So, I think we'll see Cincinnati score the most runs, although I do think we'll see some runs in this game. So let's go Cincinnati plus 105, small dog.
Yeah, Cincinnati was the standout dog. There wasn't too much left in there. Would the Yankees run line be plus money, do you reckon? Let me have a little look.
Yeah, minus 185. Yeah, definitely. Should be like plus 108 or something like that.
No, it's not, I'm saying about minus 112 here. That's mildly disappointing. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go with the Diamondbacks on the run line as a dog. I do think they're going to score. I've got them scoring 6, 7, 8 runs here. They're plus 145 to cover a handicap against Kaiwei Teng of the Giants. For my luck, I'll take the under in that Cubs-Pirates game. I've got no reason not to. I think the number's high, particularly any sort of 8.5 with this Pittsburgh offense currently. And the trends for Taillon, the trends for Ashcraft are all heading towards the under. Home run-wise, we've got loads of options tonight, Lonte, because 3 of our pitchers here we've got Zach Littell, who's given up the most homers in MLB. Mm-hmm. Zach Gallen is tied for 5th on that list. And also on the first page is Ryan Pepiot, who's given up 12. Oh, and Mitchell Parker. So we've got 4 of the top 17. So pay your money and take your choice. We could get some parlays rolling tomorrow. I'm going to fade Ryan Pepiot, particularly as we are in this small park, which means, I tell you who's been good to us whenever we've picked him. George Springer.
Yep,
George
absolutely.
Springer seems to respond to the MLB Gambling Podcast picking him. Someone's giving him the information. I'll take George Springer to hit. I was going to say hit a dinger then, in that rhymed, so that would have been cheesy. George Springer will hit a home run tomorrow, Lonte.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Marcell Ozuna. I'm going to fade Mitchell Parker. You talked about it. He's allowed a lot of home runs. Ozuna has not hit a home run since, it's been a while. August 13th, he hasn't hit a home run, but he's actually been hitting the ball well. He's got multi-hit games. He's got a multi-hit game over the last week. He's got 3 hits. He's went 2, 3, 4 hits in his last 3 games. So he's seeing the ball well. Parker, obviously a lefty. I think he'll be able to hit one tomorrow. So let's go Marcell Ozuna.
Okay, thank you very much, mate. Well done. Show in the books.
Wow.
Enjoy the rest of your NFL Sunday. We appreciate the people who joined us in the chat. We know Sunday nights aren't great. It's family time and football time and beer time and all the things. But yeah, we're closing last 2 weeks of the season, starting tomorrow. Yeah. MLB, 14 games left for the majority of the teams. But yeah, still lots of things up in the air. So stay tuned to the MLB Gambling Podcast. We will take you through the last fortnight and then get stuck right into the playoffs. Lonte, what are you doing tonight? Are you just watching the rest of this football?
Yeah, that's about it, man. We got to play on the Falcons plus 3.5, so hopefully that can come home. Been a decent NFL day.
What was that bet, sorry?
Atlanta plus 3.5 tonight.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of scampering going on in that game. The two quarterbacks. Every time I look at it, there's just a little fella scampering about, just running for his life. So I'm enjoying the scampering. Good luck, everyone. We will catch you this week and see you all down the road. Cheers.